Hey guys! So today's the day I'm finally gonna meet a few members from GOT7. So if you haven't seen the updates from my comments in my unboxing video, I'm actually meeting a few members and my friends are meeting a few each as well. So what happened was I won Yugyeom with the first CD and I really wanted to get BamBam because he's just so energetic and I thought he would be really fun to meet, especially because I'm kind of shy and quiet. So I thought meeting a member that's super outgoing would be really good for me. Plus I really like BamBam as well. So I bought one more CD and I didn't win. So I bought one more and I got BamBam. I was so excited and it was so lucky, just like with Yugyeom. I really wanted BamBam and I got BamBam. So I got those two, and since I bought more albums, I decided to get all the unit albums. So what happened was, when I bought the two that I got for BamBam, I accidentally bought the same album. So I have two BamBam and Mark unit albums. So if any of you are interested in buying one, let me know, message me on Twitter or something. But I do have two Mark and BamBam albums, so I want to sell one if possible. So I bought two more, and this time I was hoping for either Mark or JB, and I got them both at the same time. And I opened the first album, it wasn't a winner, so I thought I was going to be out of luck and I wasn't going to get another one. But when I opened the second one, I got Mark! I was super excited. I'm meeting three members, Mark, BamBam, and Yugyeom. And really, those were the three I really wanted to meet. So I'm really happy with what I got. And I don't need to trade or anything, which makes it even better. Because a lot of people trade for members that they want. But I got really lucky and got the members that I wanted. So I'm really excited for that. And my friends ended up buying more as well. So they're each meeting a few members. I'll get into details with that when I meet up with them. It's actually 5:30 a.m. or something right now. We're going super early because sometimes GOT7 does a greeting before the event starts. So we want to get there super early to try and get in the front so we can get a good view of them. So we're taking the first train out there. But I'm gonna go ahead and head over there right now, and I'll get back to you guys in a little bit.
Would you hurry?
So I'm here with Kaudi and Maida now. So excited. We've already been waiting outside for 2 hours, I think. But it was way too cold. I couldn't film outside. My hands were shaking. But we're indoors now, and we're waiting for the greetings to start. So excited. So who are you guys meeting today?
I'm meeting, okay, you can go first. Oh my gosh. Mark, Junior, and BamBam. Okay, I have two JBs and one BamBam.
Yeah, and I'm meeting BamBam, Yugyeom, and Mark. So we each have three.
Yeah, we have three. So, and we all three gonna meet BamBam.
Yeah, we're all gonna meet BamBam.
It's gonna be lit. Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
So we're waiting another 2 hours before the 4 hours before the greeting.
Yeah, 4 hours.
Another 4 hours before the greeting.
Yeah.
Then we can finally do our
high touch.
High touch.
He's breathtaking. I'm gonna die.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. He's breathtaking.
It is. I can't believe I'm meeting three members. That's all I can't believe.
It's crazy though.
It was so easy to win. And it's so addicting.
It is.
It makes you want to buy more albums and win again, which is what I did.
And you keep buying and keep
buying
until you don't
buying.
have money anymore.
I don't have money. I'm broke.
Until over money. But let's have fun.
Yes. So I'll get back to you guys again in a little bit. We're out, guys.
They were so handsome. They were so beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yugyeom is the Prince Charming of Korea.
He's perfect. He is so handsome.
You don't understand. How can someone
Everything,
be so
yeah, everything is his nose, his lips, everything is so beautiful. I wanna die.
I wish I could have met him.
He's so beautiful.
So sad.
He's so beautiful.
It's worth it.
Bam,
he was confused by this three. He's just got confused.
Literally. He's probably
I said it's
easy,
and he was
Ben was BAM was fun. Maida went first, and she was like,
I said easy, really low, and I was jumping. I think he didn't understand.
yeah, he was like confused.
And then he looked confused.
And then when I went, I just grabbed his hand and I was like, I looked at his eyes, I was like, man, you're so hot today.
And then he smiled, and then Nicole.
And when I went, I just kind of said hey, and I don't know if he heard it or not because it was kind of soft, but I said hey, and he was smiling by the time I went.
Because I just like harassed him.
So it was like confused, smile, smile.
He's
fun.
He's really cool.
Oh my gosh, he's
handsome. Oh my
He's
god.
handsome.
He's so handsome.
He is handsome.
I wish I could have said
Foreshadow.
something better than just hi. But I couldn't speak. I couldn't think of what to say.
And then we like before the high touch, me and Myra, we like saw them in first row, like literally for the like greetings that they have. Man, they are so skinny. They're so tall and skinny. They are like.
And we was the most craziest one because it was like, Yugyeom, BamBam, Mark! They definitely like, what is this crazy skirt?
Like Mark waved at us, Yugyeom looked at me when I like
Mark was
screamed his
cute.
name.
He was so cute.
And then we went to our bias.
Oh man, Makuya!
I had 2 JBs and I went for the first time I went, I was like, I entered and I looked at him, but because his hair wasn't his eyes, I couldn't see his eyes. But like, I was like, Oppa, annyeong. And I don't know what the hell he said back to me, but he was, And then he was smiling, I'm like, okay. And then I went. And then the second time, he like what?
He
just
did
like
like
put it to the
this?
side. I'm like, okay, now I can see your eyes. And then I just grabbed his hand with my 2 hands, and I'm like, and I was like, Oppa, you're so cute. And he gave me a big smile, and he's just like, and I'm like, oh my god, you're so cute. And then I just like went.
Which, by the way, you're not supposed to grab their hands.
With 2 hands. You are not supposed to.
No, it's a high touch, just like this.
Yeah, you have to do like this. I just full on grab it like this.
Mine was like a slide. Like it's not even like a tap, it was just a slide.
So
And before Myra gets into hers, because that one's like the funniest part. Like for Yugyeom, it was just too fast. I didn't have time to think. I was too nervous. I just slapped or slid my hand across his hand and walked out, and that was it.
Because it wasn't
And
first.
like Yugyeom was
yes.
the same kind. Yeah, Yugyeom was the same.
Really
we just
fast.
like that's
We
it.
thought like,
we couldn't say
why
anything.
we didn't
Yeah.
stay even 1 second.
It was
Yeah.
the first like time slot, so like we just kind of ended up going through really fast.
Yeah. It was like.
Okay,
And-
so then I went to Mark. But
Well, we went to Mark.
Yeah, we went to Mark. So Nicole go first, and he probably noticed that she was a foreigner, so he
Maybe.
said thank you.
But no, before thank you.
Yeah.
Before thank you, you skipped the parts.
But what
You cute.
What I
Oh yeah.
So when I slapped his
She
hand,
finally talked.
I finally spoke.
Yeah.
I didn't speak at all. Like BamBam, I did say hey, but like hey is nothing. That's not speaking. And I don't even know if I was loud enough because I didn't hear like a response from him. But with Mark, I just was like, before I even slapped his hand, I was like, you're so cute. And then like he said thank you after I kind of like passed him. But like I needed to look at him in order to like hear him, and I wanted to see his reaction. So like I turned around to like look at him, and I saw him say thank you, and I bumped into the wall.
And then I was my time. I was like, he was looking away, and I was like, why he's looking away? I didn't understand that time. Now I understand she was looking at her because she was bored.
Because she just bumped into the wall.
She just bumped into the wall.
And probably because
so
Mark.
he was looking on the side, like with checking his high neck. And then I
she
didn't.
was checking.
Yes, I didn't want it to go until he looked at me because I wanted him to look at me, and then I wait. I didn't know why he was looking that
Because
way.
he's the sweetest. He was like
And-
worried. Oh my god.
I'm so glad I spoke.
He was so
Angel.
horrible. And then I went out, like the staff behind was me like, hurry up, but I didn't want to go. When he looked back to me, I went, and then I just grabbed his hands. He was like this, and I just grabbed his hand, and behind the staff, just one hand, and pushed me away. But it was amazing. Fuck you.
By the way,
say thank you.
when I grabbed JB's with my whole hands, I have my whole sweet time with him. No one said anything. So I guess I was lucky. I don't know.
Mark is really
but I
sweet.
had my time with JB.
All right, the staff was
The staff
really
was
strict.
just like I didn't even stop. I just kept walking while I spoke, slapped his hand, and walked. But she still had her hands on my shoulder, pushing
She's
me.
crazy.
Like I didn't even stop.
Yeah.
I think Yugyeom we had to, right?
Yeah, Yugyeom too was like really fast.
Really fast.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was
I love them. Stan GOT7 people. Stan GOT7. They are amazing. They are amazing.
So awesome.
I'm so sad that Jackson is not here, but like, yeah. Let's not talk about it.
But it was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Next time,
definitely.
Concert.
Thanks so much. Oh my
Okay.
God.
So we're gonna go eat now.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Yes,
I'm
we are
back.
starving.
And I'll get a little more into detail about the high touch event itself, like the process of it and stuff when I get home. So I'll see you guys when I get home. But say bye to Cody and Maida. Okay guys, so I'm back home now. And it's been such a long day. Like, I feel like it's 9 p.m. at night, but it's not even 5. I think it's like 4:30 right now or something. And I am glad that we did go early because since we were in the front of the line, we got to see the members pretty close. For me, it was pretty close, but for Cody and Maida, they seen them really, really close. As Cody kind of mentioned earlier, but they do like a greeting in the beginning where they come out on the stage and they do a little greeting. And unfortunately, because the first member I went to was Yugyeom, he was off to the side, so I didn't see them really close. But none of the members I had was in the center anyway, so I would have been decently far no matter what. But even being at the end, I was still pretty close since I was in the first row and like I didn't have to worry about looking over anybody's heads or anything. I was able to see them like directly there, which was really exciting. So I'm really glad we went early. But before I get into like details of the event itself, how the event kind of works, but after I did a high five with Mark and when he was saying thank you, I didn't want to just have my back to him because like the lady was shoving me, so I had to keep going before he can actually say thank you. So that's why I turned around to look at him, and as I kind of like looked at him, he said thank you and like I bumped into the wall like we mentioned before. But one thing we didn't mention earlier was for some reason when he was looking at me, he was like adjusting his turtleneck and like I don't know if he was like scratching or if he got like shy or like nervous or something, but Maida had like a full view of it, so she kind of seen more of what he was doing. I kind of noticed his hand was up, but I couldn't really see what he was doing. But yeah, she said he kind of like went up and down like twice. And then after I kind of like walked away, that's when he finally looked over to Maida's side and she got to greet him. But I don't know what that was about, but that's kind of interesting. Like, why would he be like touching? Maybe he got nervous after I told him he was cute or something. I don't know. But that was really exciting. Like, I can't believe I actually spoke and I got a response. And it really, they don't give you time. You either speak or you kind of observe. It's really hard to do both. Like, if you want to get a good look at the member, you really have no time to speak. Or if you want to speak, you kind of don't pay attention to the member themselves and you kind of speak. Which is kind of what happened at first. I just like blurted out at Mark and then I kept going. And then that's when I turned around. But I did it. I finally spoke. It took the third member today, and I had the 2 BTS members in the past that I couldn't speak to as well. So I'm happy with that because I'm super shy and because it's a super quick thing. Like, I usually don't have the time to like speak because it's just over before you know it. I wish we could have done a handshake, but it was just touch. And I didn't really like do this. I was just like so nervous that like they keep their hands out on the table. So like they're sitting and their elbows on the table and they literally just keep their hands out like this. Like they don't move. Some of the members kind of like do a motion for each person, but a lot of them just keep their hands there and you walk up to them, touch and then go, and then touch and then go. It always like ended up being like a slide because I'd be too nervous. I'd touch and then I'd kind of like forget to release my hand. So it was always like a touch, slide, and then I'd walk away. With Mark, it was a little more like, we actually had a clap sound. The others was kind of just like... So it was really exciting. I'm really glad I got to meet Mark. I'm really glad I bought extra CDs to try and win some more. But getting into the event itself, if you want to get to the front of the line, you have to get there super early. We got there around 7, and there's quite a bit of people in line already. And then by 10, when they opened the doors, it was even longer. And the actual like high touch event didn't even start until 12. So we were just in line the whole time. Once we went in after 10, that's when we kind of separated into the members. And since I had Bam Bam with both of them and I had Mark with Maida, we decided on like an order of when we were going to the members. So I went to Yugyeom first, since I was the only one that got him. So I was by myself for 2 hours, and I think that just like built up my nerves a lot. It was kind of nerve-wracking. I was nervous. I didn't have anyone to talk to. I was getting tired and sleepy. And so even more so, that's why his was kind of a touch. I couldn't really talk or anything at all. With Bam Bam, at least I said hey. I don't know if he heard me. He didn't really respond, but he did smile. And with Mark, I actually got to speak. So it definitely helped being with friends this time. BTS, I was always by myself. So I'm really happy for that. So at 10 o'clock, you go inside. Then you stand in a line to get a hole punch, which we got really pissed off with the guy that punched our holes in the beginning. He punched a hole like on the card itself. Like there's this whole tab here, but he decides to punch the hole in the card. So we were really annoyed with that, and it was like upsetting. And you get a separate ticket for when you go inside, which are these tickets right here. We didn't know you could punch all the cards at once, so we just did one, luckily. And so I got my Yugyeom punched, and I can't cut that off or anything, so it's basically ruined, sadly. And then so we went to go line up. They did Jinyoung first, and I had Yugyeom. And then after we were done, we met up, and we got our second ones. Luckily, we got someone who knew what they were doing, and they punched this part here, which is actually a part you can cut off, and you can keep the photo card itself. So Bam Bam and Mark is not damaged, but these are what the high touch cards look like. So if you remember the calendar cards that came with pre-ordering the albums, those weren't shiny, and the high touch ones are shiny. So if this comes in the album, that means it was a winner. Anyway, after that, we lined up, and they also started a second line for each member. For anyone who had 3 or more of the same member, they got to go in a separate line. And how it works is for each one you have is 1 second. So if you have like 5 of the same member, then you can actually go for 5 seconds, and it'll give you time to like talk. Well, it kind of gives you time to talk. From what I hear, you kind of get to like hold their hands, and then you count down the seconds together. But I rather use that time to talk instead of counting, so I don't know if you can actually talk, which is kind of cool. I want to try and experience that one day, hopefully. That was it for that. And you heard about the experience before. It was kind of crazy. We were like all over the place, but we're just so excited. But it was definitely a nice experience, different from what I'm used to, and it was a lot quicker than I'm used to, but at the same time, it was kind of better, I guess. It would have been really cool if they're standing, because they're all pretty tall, especially Yugyeom. He's the tallest. I really wanted to see how tall he was, but they were sitting, sadly. But they all looked really good, and I'm just surprised I was able to talk today. They were super good looking, and it was just all a bunch of emotions. It was just too crazy. And it's literally over in a second. And like we said with Mark's one, the staff was really like anal about getting us out of there. Like I seen the people in front of me, they just kept walking, and she was already like, touch, move, touch, move. And it's like, they're moving on their own, just let them go. But unfortunately, some of the staff are like that. Some just kind of stand back, and then if you do take too long, then they'll push you. And it just really depends on the staff itself. I also forgot to mention, before you walk in, they'll check your hands. You're not supposed to wear like rings and stuff, so I took off my rings when we went in there. You're not supposed to have bracelets or watches either, but they didn't really check under the long sleeves. But it's just to make sure you don't hurt the members or anything, which is really good. So they do check that. They check your hands, and then you give your ticket, and then you go. And like even before you pass the guy that checks your hands, it's just the line moves. So unless you prepare before standing in line, it's gonna be fast. So just if you ever go to one of these events, prepare your mind before going in. If it's anything like my Yugyeom one, I kind of wasn't really thinking because I was by myself. I was just on my phone. And right before it started, I got nervous because all the members came out. It kind of built up my nerves a bit. And I didn't really think about what I wanted to say or anything before going in. So once I walked in, it was just gone. I didn't have time to think. But that's about it for the event. I don't remember if I mentioned before, But once you enter the doors of the area where the high touch takes place, there's no picture taking, no video taking or anything in there. So I don't have anything like that for you guys today, except for our experiences from today. But I hope you guys were kind of able to understand what it was like. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer them. If you've seen my BTS handshake events, I hope you're able to kind of see the differences because it was quite different. Like, some parts of it was a bit the same, like the staff pushing and whatever. But there are differences between the different groups and stuff, and I'm hoping to experience more in the future. I definitely want to go back to another GOT7 one, and maybe I'll try for other groups as well. We'll see, depends on what I can afford and when their Japanese albums come out. But you'll see unboxings for them, and I'll mention if I'm trying for like high touch or handshake events in the future. Today was definitely an unforgettable experience. It's definitely something good to experience, and I hope you guys also get to experience it someday. Meeting one member is better than not meeting any, and I did meet 3 members today, so I'm really happy, and I'm really glad I did go. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!